us it's incredibly important we now make good progress, that we negotiate through this and identify the differences so that we can deal with them, and identify the similarities so that we can reinforce them. Now it's time to get down to work and make this a successful negotiation. Thank you very much indeed.
Where are our papers? David Davis vows to get down to Brexit business without notes. A picture from negotiations in Brussels show Britain's Brexit team sitting down to talk to the EU's team led by Michel Barnier. The European trio have a thick wad of papers to reference, with the British contingent seemingly confident enough to forego such tools. Oliver Robbins, the top civil servant in Davis' department, did have a slim, black notebook and pen on the table, while envoy to the EU Tim Barrow placed a briefcase on the floor as he sat. Earlier, the European Commission's chief negotiator Michel Barnier offered Mr. Davis a warm welcome as the pair met ahead of intensive talks which he said would delve into the heart of the matter. Mr. Davis said, "We are now getting into the substance of the matter." Reuters Brexit talks. David Davis and Michel Barnier sat down earlier, the former without notes. David Davis: it's four categories really. The issue of citizens' rights, the issue of finance, the issue of separation issues and, of course, separately, Northern Ireland. For us it's incredibly important we now make good progress. That we negotiate through this and identify the differences, so that we can deal with them, and identify the similarities so that we can move forward. And now it's time to get down to work and make this a successful negotiation. Mr. Barnier said, "I look forward to our negotiations this week. Well, now delve into the heart of the matter. Getty key issues. UK and EU must agree on citizens' rights. We need to examine and compare our respective positions in order to make good progress. As you know, our negotiating groups will work on citizens' rights, on the financial settlement and other separation issues. David and I will be in contact throughout the week. Rendezvous to take stock together on Thursday." Getty moving forward, Mr. Davis said, "It is time to get to work." The talks are taking place against a backdrop of increasingly bitter and public feuding among UK ministers over the government's Brexit strategy. Over the weekend, Chancellor Philip Hammond angrily accused cabinet rivals of trying to undermine his agenda for a softer business-friendly Brexit prioritising jobs and the economy. One unnamed cabinet minister was reported to have hit back, claiming Mr. Hammond was part of an attempt by the establishment to prevent Britain ever leaving the EU. The Daily Telegraph quoted the minister as saying, "What's really going on is that the establishment, the Treasury, is trying to it up. They want to frustrate Brexit." The rowing will be seen as further evidence of Theresa May's weakness after seeing her Commons majority wiped out in last month's general election. Transport Secretary Chris Grayling attempted to play down suggestions of cabinet splits over Brexit and criticised those who have been briefing about its meetings. PA disagreements. Philip Hammond is pushing for a softer business-friendly Brexit. "I don't see these great divisions that are suggested to me in the Sunday newspapers, and I have to say I think all of this is somewhat overplayed," he told BBC Radio 4's Today programme. Mr. Grayling said the suggestion that there were profound and fundamental differences between cabinet ministers on Brexit were a bit exaggerated, but admitted, "We're not a group of clones. We have discussions around the cabinet table and outside cabinet. We debate issues, we decide what's right and then we get on with it. I'm very clear that the cabinet and the party are united behind Theresa May, united in determination to get the right deal for the country in the Brexit negotiations and to make sure we continue the economic progress we've made."